Grant is with us in Phoenix. Hi, Grant. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hey, Dave. Thank you for having me on.
Sure. What's up?
Hey there. So my question is, I own 3 homes right now, 2 of them which I own outright, and the market out here in Phoenix is kind of crazy, and I wanted to know if you think it'd be worth selling them and hanging on to the cash for a little while and reinvesting later, or taking that money and putting it towards what I owe on the home I live in right now.
If you sold both of them, would the home you're in be paid off?
It would.
And how much would you have left over?
None.
Okay. All right.
So I owe about $490 on the home I'm in right now, and I could sell both of my homes for, right around that.
What's your household income?
I make about $200,000. My girlfriend makes about $60,000.
Okay. All right. So your household income is $200,000 because your girlfriend is your girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. $200,000.
How old are you?
I'm 31.
You're doing really good, man. Congratulations.
Thanks, sir.
Well done.
Appreciate it.
This is going to feel extreme, but it's what I have done, and it has worked out. Okay? I'll preface it with that. I would sell them, and I would pay off my house. And then I would use the fact that you make $200,000 a year and you have zero debt of any kind and you're 31 years old to pile up a pile of cash. And by the time you do that, this market will have calmed down, and then buy an investment property with cash. And then when that one is sitting there with cash and you don't have a house payment and you have rent coming in and you make $200,000 a year, you can pile up money to buy the second rental property with cash even quicker. And then when those two are paying rent and there's no payments and you don't have any payments on your house and you make $200,000 a year, you can pile up the cash to buy the third one even quicker. And that's how I started buying real estate the second time, and I've not been forced to sell any of it ever again. And I've not had any financial stress ever again by doing that. It's a little slower, but it's a little more sure. And 20 years from now, you'll be ahead of the guy who leverages into them.
Right. And honestly, I probably over-purchased on the home I'm living in, but I did that based on the rent I was receiving from both homes that are paid off in attempts to cover my mortgage. But that's my biggest payment I have to worry about every month.
And the thing is, you make a lot of money, and you got somebody special in your life, so you may even be making more money if you were to marry. And so you've got nothing but upside on this, and you'll be surprised at how quickly you can save up and pay cash. Now, rule number 1 when you're buying investment real estate is you do not pay full price. Okay, so when you have a pile when you have $200,000 saved that it took you 4 years to save or 3 years to save after your home's paid off, you use that to buy a $250,000 or $300,000 appraised house, not a $200,000 house. You get a deal when you have that kind of cash, and you wait until you can find a deal. There are no deals in this current marketplace, hardly. I mean, very, very hard to find a deal right now because any old thing will sell quickly and for too much money right this second. And so it's a good time to be getting out of the market. It's a horrible time to get into the market. And I don't really care if the market's hot or not. I just don't want it to be so hot that there's zero deals because I'm always looking for a deal. We don't buy real estate at full price at Ramsey. That's not that's what investors should never do that. So I want to turn you into a cash investor that's looking for a bargain, and you wait until you get a bargain, and you're a cash investor that's looking for a bargain, and you wait until you get a bargain. You're a cash investor that's looking for, you get the pattern here. There's a pattern to this. And dude, it's going to set you free. It's going to put you in a whole different place. Now, very unpopular with the I borrow money for everything crowd, but I'm from the I don't borrow money for anything crowds, and that's who you called.
So I think we could do the math, Dave, and let's say like we're here in Nashville and people are I don't say overpaying, but the list price is X and they're paying 25 or 50 higher than that. And let's say you buy that house and it corrects down to 50, saving money for 6 months, the math works out in your favor, even though not.
Yeah, I don't know that the market is going to correct down.
Okay,
but I think all that's going to be is just there's going to be a little less shooting up.
Okay,
and the frenzy is going to come off of it.
Okay.
And when the frenzy comes off, when supply catches up with demand,
Right.
then when somebody's, when people aren't running up to the front door and nailing offers to the front door, it's crazy. When that stops, then there's actually a foreclosure that can be bought at a deal.
There you go.
There's a bank owned real estate that can be bought at a deal. There's other stuff you can find, estate plant house, two sisters own a house. They live in Chicago. The house is in Nashville. It's been sitting there on the market for a while. They don't want it. They never wanted it in the first place. They just got stuck with it.
Or Airbnb
you get
adjusts
a
the
deal.
rate or whatever.
Yeah, whatever it is, you get a deal. Whatever the cause of someone becoming a motivated seller. But in a market where there's 7 buyers for every house that goes on the market 20 minutes after it goes on the market, that no one has to take a deal.
But what I'm saying is, after let's say a year, the frenzy level's off. You're holding cash here. You didn't lose by not having a rental property. No. You actually did okay.
Yeah.
By just piling up cash.
Because again, you're going to use the $200,000 cash to buy a $300,000 house.
That's right.
Or a $260,000 house, or whatever it is, and so you make your money back on the deal.
Right.
The fact that you're buying at a bargain in a marketplace where bargains might exist, and in a marketplace like we're in today, they don't exist.
That's right.
Just because of the simple the frenzy. The frenzy took all the foreclosures out of the market.
But you can feel like you're losing right now, and you're not.
Yeah, that's a good clarification, and you're not. You're not.